So we're going to have a look at a picture of Irene, or Irene, sorry. I'm going to just push the exposure up a little bit, put the highlights up a bit, just to make sure you can see her face really nicely, and just take the blacks down a little bit. Tend to do that with most of my pictures. Don't quite like the crop in there, so I'm going to just crop just slightly and give a bit more space up there. So that's about all I'm going to do in Lightroom. So I'm going to open in Photoshop. So go editing, Photoshop 2020, edit with Lightroom adjustments and edit. Okay, so we've got a nice picture. Now there's a few bits in the background, which if I was just having a plain background I would get rid of, but I'm going to put a texture on. So got this blue wash. It's just, it was a piece of paper that I put just emulsion with water, just sponged it on, let it dry, and that's basically what it was. You can get lots and lots of textures on the internet, so if you don't want to make your own, you can get lots and lots that are free, but it's best really if you can do your own and then they're unique to you. So to get this one onto the picture of Irene, you need to have your move tool, which is that one, or I use a lot of keyboard shortcuts, and that's V for that one. So I'm literally going to drag it on. There you go. Now it says different depth, doesn't matter, we're only using it as a texture, so that's absolutely fine. You can see it's a totally different colour because of the profile, but we'll get rid of that. Okay, so obviously that's not quite big enough, so I'm going to go to transform. Now again, I can go to the menu, go edit, transform, free transform, click on that one. Easiest way to do it is Control T, which is where I do it, and because I need it the other way around, I'm going to go that, so I've right clicked and go rotate clockwise, and I'm going to make it bigger. Now with this version of Photoshop, you don't need to keep your shift key pressed to get it the same. Okay, I'm going to just get rid of that bit because that'll be a little annoy me, so we'll just go for that. Okay, so we've got this texture above Irene. Obviously not brilliant. So blended mode, absolutely wonderful, and it's literally a case of just experiment with them. I'm not going to go through what they all mean, mainly because I don't really know. So I'm just going to go through, and just see what it does. With older versions of Lightroom, you have to actually go and click on it to show. But this one, you just literally go down, think, okay, which do I want? No, I'm not keen on these. Which one do I want? I actually quite like that one. I'll go down, see which I want. It's different. I actually quite like that one. There's simply colour, saturation, and luminosity. Again, I'm not going to go through what they all mean, mainly because I don't really know. Okay, so I'm going to go with that one just because it's a bit different and it gives a good look. So I've got divide. Don't want it quite as strong as that, so I'm just going to take the opacity down a bit, so just a little bit. Now I also don't want them on Irene's face either, so I'm going to put a mask on. So to put a mask on, it's this icon here, so press that and you get a mask on. Okay, so to get the brush tool up to take this off Irene's face, again you can use your menu, which is there, or shortcut is B, and it's a lot easier. To make the brush bigger, you can do that, or again, shortcut is your square bracket keys up and down. Now, to start with, we've got the black to get it off the mask. It's white at the moment, so I want it totally off Irene's face, so I'm going to take it all the way, so I'm going to be at 100% taking it off Irene's face. I don't want it on there at all. Yeah. So I'm going to do that with that, and pretty much do that. Not much like the orange down here either, so I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so that's sort of quite roughly done, and actually I'm quite happy with that at the moment. I'm going to go in further. Again, shortcuts. You can either do the zoom or I use control and the plus sign. So looking round, we've got this at the, so I've taken the colour out a bit much there, so I'm going to swap these around. So I'm doing that way around, or using the X on the keyboard. So much easier. So to put the orange back in just these bits. Yeah. Do it a bit smaller and do this one. Okay. Now, there's some bits that I want a little bit in, but not all of it. So the opacity I'm going to take down to 50%. Now again, you can do that with this, but an easy keyboard shortcut is 5 for 50%. 5 for 50%. Don't know why that's not working. We'll do it that way to start with, and I'll see if I can do it again. And so use the X to take bits out that you don't want. Just do it as bits and pieces until you're happy with what you want. So I'm sort of quite happy with that. There's a couple of bits that I noticed when I was zoomed in that I wasn't happy with. So I'm going to take those off. So I'm going to zoom in using the control and the plus key. I'm going to use the spot healing brush, which is that one. Again, I can click it on there or use the shortcut keyboard of J. And I'm just going to take those stray hairs off because they just went under the face and don't really like them on there. So I'm just going to tidy it just slightly. I don't like doing total plastic skin, so I would do very little. There's just a hair that's just caught the light there, so that's fine. But take this off as well, just to neaten it up, and just to make sure it's looking nice and clean. Now I think it's a bit orange under there, so I'm just going to go back to that mask. I'm going to go back to the brush tool, and I'm going to paint the black on it. So just take off the orange bit. So just natural skin colour. That's a bit better there. Just to take that orange out there. There's a bit on there as well. So just take that out. Just to help improve that. Yeah, around this bit. And just around the edges. Around 50%. Just take that bit off the edge. Okay, so again, I'm quite happy with that. Put a bit more, I don't like that. Let's take the orange out again. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the normal size, full screen, so control and 0 takes you back to your full size. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that really. The only thing that I don't really like on this background, this is really distracting. So I'm going to put it onto the texture. I'm going to put the spot healing tool, which is J, and make it bigger and literally just get rid of that, and it makes it a lot just neater. It was just really distracting, that one. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. I've also got another texture here, which I think we were doing a show, and it was one of the one we took. So again, you're going to put the V for the move tool, move it onto it. Again, doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't matter that it's too small, because it's not going to be like that when I finish with it. So again, Control T to transform, make it bigger. Because this is a different shape, I'm going to do the shift, press the shift key, and I'm going to stretch it up and down, just so it covers it. And just double click that to make sure it's there. Okay, so again, we will need to use these blend modes. We'll see what we're going to do. again, go through, just experiment, see what you like, see what works, see what doesn't work. Going through and take it all off Irene's face, so it doesn't really matter what we've got on there. It's quite a different one. I'm going to go with, which am I going to go with? Go with overlay, I think. And I'm going to take it all the way down, really down, just so I've only got that. I don't like it that way up, so I'm going to transform it. So again, I can either go to Edit, Free Transform, or easiest way, Control T, and right click, and I'm going to rotate 180. So I've got it up there. Okay, so I want it as a bit there, so I'm going around the head. Okay, so that's what I'm wanting, but again, I've got it on a face, so I need to add a mask and do that. So brush tool, B on the keyboard, make sure it's at 100%, which is 0, works this time. Make it bigger, take it all off a face, because we don't want it on a face. Sometimes you might want it, but on this one I don't want it at all. I'm fine with it on a hair. I still think it's just a sort of straight line there, just going to get rid of that. So again, I think it's still just a little bit strong. I'm going to take that really down so I could only just see those bits. Okay. So we've got it there. It is quite subtle really. Only just. So that one I'm quite happy with. So I'm going to now save on that one, and it takes a little while to save. Then once that's saved, we'll go into Lightroom and we'll compare the one it started with and the one at the end, and see the difference, see what you think. Okay, so we've got that one, and we've got that one. We'll go into Library, go to Compare, and that's what we've got. So, I hope you like that one. There's lots and lots of stuff that you can do with that one. Be nice to see yours as well.